And we are live today. I'll be breaking down the top 27 finale card, and tomorrow Ricky will be joining me, and we'll be doing UFC 226. That's a really good card. The tough card is pretty good too. Before we dive right in, we'll talk about the single board card, uh, Cowboy versus Edwards. It was a pretty good fight. I'm surprised that Cowboy lasted 5 rounds, but Edwards just didn't really go after it, but we still got the win. Betting wise, I had an even night, so it wasn't a winning or a losing night. I cashed on danger 4 units on that one. I think I won like 6 points something. I don't even know. Let me check. So yeah, I won 7.1 units on that play. I lost on Cowboy, or I lost on Edwards in the distance. I thought he was going to finish Cerrone. That didn't happen. And I also lost on Rose Clark versus Just Guy. Yeah, that was a bad bet on me. And yeah, so it was weird, weird even night, but I mean, I'll take it, not a losing night. And then I also played 2 bets after that. So I played Jamal Emmons on the Contender Series. That was Twitter mush, and he went out there and won the first, dropped Rosa, and then got KO'd in the second round. It's a bad bet. And then I also bet on McKee yesterday in Bama. It was my first fight ever betting in Bama, and I liked his striking, man. I thought he could have kept him on the feet, possibly got a KO one decision, but he just got taken down. Yeah, man, I mean, it's a bad bet. You're not going to sit here. You're not going to see me sit here and mope on, losing bets. It happened, and now we move on. So let's talk about the first fight of the top 27 finale card. It's a good card, man, and I like it. So first fight, we got GM3 versus. Actually, the order's a little different. So let me go with John Gunther versus Alan Zuniga first, because that just got added yesterday. Um, both these guys, in my opinion, are jobbers. I know a lot of people out there think that Gunther, sucks and all this, and it's going to get his ass kicked. I don't think he's that good. I think he's a tough guy. He's big for the division, has good grappling. But I actually think this is a pretty good matchup for him. I'm not going to be playing it, obviously, because, it's hard to trust him. But I think he's way bigger than Zuniga. And I think he's going to get the takedown, to be honest, and just grind him out. So I think the size here is going to be big because Zuniga is just very small, 155er, and Gunther's huge, dude. So I think this is actually a good matchup for him. So I'm gonna have to go with Gunther, man, for a grinding, possibly getting a TKO. That fight with I forget his name, but this guy, Devontae Smith, I think. Yeah, he's on the Contender Series, and he was kicking Gunther's ass. This is like before the finale or the tough. But he was kicking Gunther's ass the whole fight, and Gunther, weathered the storm, took him down, grinded him, or got a TKO. So you got to admit, this guy has a very good chin. He actually took down Trizano too a couple of times. So I think he's going to take down Zuniga. I wonder what the line is. I'm not going to play it even if he's, a good line, but I think he wins. Maybe DraftKings. But yeah, I got Gunther. And I like him. He's a funny guy. I like the story too. So next fight, we got GM3 versus Oscar Piechota. This is a very, very, very good fight, and it's super interesting. I've been going back and forth in this fight. Originally, I was picking GM3, but I'm gonna have to go with Piechota because I think he's the better striker. GM3 is a savvy veteran, though, man. I mean, the guy has way more experience, and he has a very good chin as well. Thiago Santos is the only person to put him away, and Santos is a top 15 guy right now, in my opinion. And the Ho's only beat, he hasn't really beaten anyone impressive. GM3, the best guy he's probably beaten is what? James. Who else has he beaten? I mean, Sam Alvey, but I don't know. But who else has he beaten in the UFC? He's Spicy, James, Jiggy Lottie. I might be missing someone, but yeah. So they both haven't beaten the best competition, but I mean, both these guys have good ground games, which makes it interesting. He hits the mat. I mean, I know GM3's been tapped out a lot, but it's a long time ago, and the kid's ground game is really good. Um, it's interesting. I think they both have good ground games. I don't know, where it's gonna go. I don't know who has the advantage on the ground. Wrestling wise, you actually might have to give the GM3, but I don't know if he's gonna want to take it on there because Pechota's a black belt. But on the feet, I just think that Pechota's a better striker. I think he has more power. He's more technical. And I don't think he's going to put him away. I think it's going to be a back and forth fight. I think Pechota's going to win at 29-28. But I don't, um, I'm not going to hate on the GM3 shot because he's definitely alive here. But yeah, I'll have to go with Piechota. But Pichota's first style is coming around the corner. Uh, Next fight we got Matt Bessette versus Steven Peterson. This is a weird fight. I mean, it's kind of another hard fight to call. Um, you know, Peterson's fought a bantamweight. He's also fought a featherweight. Obviously, I think Bessette's a bigger guy. His chin, he just got KO'd stiff a couple fights ago against Kurt Holobaugh. He actually looked decent against Barzola. He actually won a round, and it was a pretty close fight. But Barzola's really good, but he makes a lot of fights close. Steve Peterson, one thing I like about him is that he keeps going forward. He's a very good chin. There's no quit in this kid. He definitely has good cardio. Bessette, it just has a very good kick game, but I mean, it's just a fight that I want to stay away from. So I'll have to go with the favorite Bessette to win a decision, but it's one of those fights, man, that could go either way. Um, Next fight we got Luis Pena versus Richie Smullen, fight on Bob Ross. I wanted to bet Bob Ross, but the line's kind of out of control. I'm not going to bet minus 290. I should have hit it when it was like minus 210. Richie Smullen's, your typical weight block guy. The guy, had that weird thing on top where, had cramps, he quit. Um, he is talented, trains at a good gym, SPG, but I think Bob Ross is just on a different level. I like the guy's ground game, like his striking. I think he's really good, man. He's big for the division. I think he's going to go out there and make a statement and get a finish. And yeah, so I got Luis Pena all day in this fight. Next fight, we got Montana de La Rosa versus Rachel Ostovich. This is another close fight. Rachel has a very good ground game. She has been finished multiple times. Um, but her ground game is legit. De Rosa has a good ground game as well. But I think that she's a better fighter because she's more well-rounded. She definitely has the better striking. I think she has more ways to win on the mat to make it interesting, kind of like the Piechota versus GM3. I mean, both those guys have great ground games. Both these girls have great ground games. But I'll just have to go with the more well-rounded fighter, and I think that's Rosa. So I got Montana to win a decision. So next fight, guys, we got Italy, the Italian Stallion versus Julian Marquez. This is my only play of the night. I got 4 units at plus 155. Yeah, I plus 155 to win 6.2 units. And I like this fight a lot, man, for Italy. I just think he's way more technical on the feet, more technical sound. This guy has a very good chin. You've never seen this guy in trouble, in the UFC. He has good cardio. Julian Marquez, this guy blows his wad after 1 round. He's getting his ass kicked the whole entire fight against Darren Stewart and then beat him. But Darren Stewart sucks, man. I mean, I don't think he's anything. Yeah, he beat Spicy. Come on, man. I will talk about Spicy in a little bit, by the way. But yeah, man, I just think it's a good matchup, man. Both these guys, I guess, I know haven't beaten, anyone good, but let's talk about Italy's career real quick. First fight, he fights Bojan Vojkovic, and he got robbed in that fight, man, for sure. I thought he won at least 2 of those rounds, and for him to lose that fight, he outstruck him and had more takedowns, so I don't get that at all. Then the next fight, he beat, Gareth McKellen, who was another, wasn't a split. I thought he won the first 2 rounds convincingly. In the last round, it was close, but I don't see how you get that a split. And then the third fight, Spicy tapped him out. But let's be honest, I know Spicy's a jobber and he's probably gonna get cut, but the guy has a very good ground game. Tapped out Diego Santos as well. Julian Marquez does not have a spicy ground game. And then he went out there and beat Bambose. It was a very, it was a calculated fight. Bambose wasn't doing anything, and Italy was just coming forward. Italy has a good counter game too. He kind of waits for you to come first, but that was a weird fight. Bambose didn't do anything, man. I mean, he just like ran away and then got knocked out in the second round. I just think that there's levels of this, and I do think that Italy is the better fighter, man, just because he's more technical. I think if Julian doesn't put him out in the first round, then he's going to lose, and I don't think he's going to put him out. I mean, we've never seen Italy, being wobbled in the fight. I think Italy has a better wrestler. I think he's better everywhere, to be honest, man. So I think it's a very good matchup for him. And Julian Marquez, just I'm not impressed, man. I mean, he goes out there and beats Phil Haas and like Contender Series. Phil Haas is a complete joke. The guy is a huge fraud, and Phil Haas was winning that fight and then got knocked out. I just mentioned about the Darren Stewart thing. So yeah, man. Is there anything else I want to mention? I think that's pretty much it, dude. So I like Italy here a lot, man. So I got 4 units, and let's get it, man. So Next fight, we got Alex Caceres. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We got Roxanne Modafferi versus Barb Honchak. Uh, I mean, I like Roxy. She's I definitely like her. Like, 'cause she's a dog. She's not a bad fighter. Good ground game. Good pressure. Striking's not the best, but Barb, the girl's not that good. I don't think. Lost to Lauren Murphy. She lost to Angela Madonna, whatever. Um, I got Roxy here. I think she's gonna get the upset, but I'm not playing it. So next fight we got Mike Trizano versus actually I'm sorry, no, I'm messing up again. We got Bruce Leroy versus Martin Bravo. Another very close fight. Bravo just got smoked his last fight, hasn't fought in a while. Um, I'm not really impressed with the guy though. I think Leroy is, definitely the better fighter. He has more ways to win, but Bruce Leroy is the definition of inconsistent fighter. But I actually think that he has a very good matchup here. So I got Bruce Leroy to get the win. I think he's going to get the KO, but I'm not confident at all. Next fight, we got Mike Trizano versus Joe Giannetti. This is the 155, finale fight. It's a good fight, Trizano showed some holes against Giannetti. I'm sorry, against Gunther. Got taken down. He got dropped in his fight versus Clark. He's good though, man. He's a very good striker. Trains with Burgos and all those guys with Rivera. And yeah, man. He's a tough guy. He has good wrestling, good cardio too, for sure. But I just think that Giannetti, man, that ground game is legit. I think he's gonna find a way to get to the mat, tap him out. The striking's pretty good too, man. It's not like he's lost in the feet. Um, he's the bigger guy too, but that ground game is serious, dude. So I got Giannetti. Next fight, it hasn't been announced because this is one more episode, and we don't even know who's gonna win. I think it's Tyler Diamond versus Jay Cumicello, but I'm pretty sure that Diamond's going to win. So it's going to be Diamond versus Superman, Brad Katona. That's a close fight because, the guy, Brad, and I mean, the guy's, he's looked good, man, in his UFC fights, or in the tough fights. I thought he was going to lose to Kyler. I actually thought Kyler was going to win the whole thing, and he beat Kyler. It was a close decision. It should have won the 3 rounds, but was it a 2 round fight? I kind of forget, but I think it should. I think it was a 2 round fight. It should have won 3 rounds, but I still think Brad won. Um, and they went out there and tapped Bryce Mitchell. That was impressive. I thought Bryce was going to win, but Diamond's wrestling is too good, man. He's a powerhouse out there. Great striking, great camp. So I got Diamond in that fight. If it's Diamond versus Brad, if it's Diamond versus Cucella, Diamond will win as well because Cucella's he's good, but he's not on Brad's level or Diamond's. Next fight, we got the main event. We got Brad Tavares versus Israel Adesanya, Stylebender. This is another very, very tough fight to call. Um, I've been going back and forth in this fight, but I'm gonna have to stick with my gut. I'm not playing it, but I'll probably be playing on DraftKings. But I'm gonna have to go with Stylebender, man. I think he's gonna go out there and knock him out. A lot of red flags, the foot injury. I mean, I know no one goes in the fight 100%, but I mean, everyone says he breaks his foot, and then like he doesn't. So I don't know what's up with his foot. Stylebender, this is I think it's a good matchup for him if he keeps him on the feet because he's definitely the better striker. Um, way more tools on the feet. The faster striker. He has a great chin. I know he's been KO'd, or he out of the two fighters, he's definitely been KO'd more recent. In the glory. But Tavares has been knocked out twice. He's been hurt in multiple fights. I think Stylebender has a better chin as well. I think he's more technical on the feet, man. Brad has good striking, but I just think that Stylebender, in my opinion, is a way better striker. The Tavares is a good fighter though, man. I've faded him before and I lost. He has good grappling. He has good IQ. If he takes Stylebender down, it's going to be a long night with Stylebender, which is why I'm not betting Stylebender. But I just think that he's going to find that chin and knock him out in the first couple rounds. But Stylebender impressed me versus the Tory because Tory took him down a couple times and he kept calm and his composure, man. And got back up and that was a dogfight with Tory, man. And if he's gonna bring a dogfight, Brad Tavares is straight up war, he's gonna win, in my opinion. So, but I think he can, just pick him apart as well, fight long. So, yeah, I got Stylebender with the win. So that was it. That was a quick breakdown of the tough fights. I think they're probably gonna add a couple more fights. I mean, if that happens, I'll just put it like in the comments below, like who's gonna win. But my only play is gonna be Italy, man, and plus 155 with 6.2 units. I think it's a good matchup for him, and I think he's going to get the win. Um, I lot of people are picking Julian Marquez, and I just don't see it, man. I mean, if he gets the only way I see Julian winning is if he puts him out in the first round, and we haven't even seen Italy, been hurt, in the UFC fight. I mean, the guy's been in wars and he's come out on top, and he can also fight, a smart, technical, he just has a good IQ, man, and I think he's gonna get this one. I'm very confident in this fight, and I like it a lot. And he was like, wasn't he the favorite at one point or something like that? It's crazy. Um, well, yeah, so we got UFC 226. We're breaking out tomorrow, Ricky. I got 4 plays on that card, and I'm done. I have 4 units on Melinda. I have 4 units on T City. I have, wait, yeah, 4 units on Chiesa, and then 3 units on Khalil. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow with Ricky, or without Ricky. If he doesn't show up, then, I'll be doing it by myself. And yeah, man, so I'll talk to you guys later, and hope everyone catches their bets. Later, guys.